So I got a new bullet journal since I filled out the tiny one. And as much as I would like to have another tiny one to keep this series going, I'm gonna feel a little too restricted by it. This journal has a pink cover with a unicorn on it. It has stud paper in it which are 5.5 millimeters in width, so it's not easy to divide the spaces. It's from Purdue Hobby too. I actually got it on 20% off on sale a little while ago. I already have most of the setup sketch out, and I started with the index with a pigment liner from Stettler in a 0.1. I don't ink all of the text yet, since it's in a font I need concentrating on that when it's that small. After the indexed, I continue onto the future log, where I start with the names of the months before filling out the dates. I have all of next year in my future log too, but I knew my hand would cramp too early if I filled out 12 more months already, so I skipped those and actually still need to ink them in. In the back of my future log, I have half a page for birthdays, which I'll keep in pencil. And a page for events that doesn't have a date or month yet. There's, for example, birthday parties, conventions, moving into a new apartment. I also have my period tracker right after my future log, since I felt it fit better there. I crammed both this and next year into one page. I here also decided that a ruler would be best for all those straight lines, so I went and found one. Opposite on the next page I have a moon phase tracker planned, and I can't find any trackers for 2019 yet, so that one will be filled out on a later date. After that I have my YouTube spread. I have 3 small trackers on one side as well as a list of other videos, and a blank page for ideas on the other side. Afterwards, it's my Instagram tracker. I have 4 Instagram accounts, which are my cosplay account, my bullet journal account, my art account, and my personal one. And here I plan on tracking my numbers of followers. I have 1 page for this year and a page for next year. I here messed up a little bit, but I'll fix that later. It's not the only thing I need fixing, which you'll see in the end when I flip through the book. After that I have my series spread. This spread has 4 pages, and I only filled out 2 since I don't want to watch too many things. I also added a recipe spread for when I alter recipes I like to something I love. I plan on making an actual journal or book for recipes I like in the future when I have enough to fill it. Another spread I added to this bullet journal is a small adventure spread. On here I have 5 adventures, which is compliment a stranger, learn a new sewing thing, try a new recipe, visit a new friend, and explore a new location. I used my new felt tip pens from Faber-Castell to line the drawings. They were a gift from my girlfriend for a 1-year anniversary not too long ago. Time for my brain jump. Just in my tiny bullet journal, I move my brain dump from each month to one big in the setup of my journal. Then I don't feel pressured to use it. Next is my movies watched and my books read spread. Here I'll write down the movies or book and give them 1 to 6 stories about how I liked it. After that, I have my bucket list for 2018 and 19. The 2018 one is probably not going to be too long, since half my year is already over. I also added a take a break page where I'll try some self-care tips and note how well they work for me. Besides that, I have a page for people to write how they see me, so when on my bad days, I have something to remind myself of it. Here I also drew a small portrait of myself and a little space for me to write in. We are not done yet. I decided to add a cosplay tracker in here too, since my current cosplay journal is a mess and I can't clean it up more than I already have. Here I added some of my cosplays I'm currently working on, and a progress bar where I color in each step I'm closer to it completed. I also note when the deadline is, which usually is a convention. The reason why some of them have different size parts, or because the things making up the cosplays are in different amounts. The colors I use to draw them in with are based on what character it is. I also have a similar tracker afterwards of commissions that work the same way, apart from the fact that I add the parts of the cosplay on too, so I have a checklist. On the last page of setup, I have a bleed test page, which doubles as a fancy catalog page of the pens I use the most. I might add a second page to it, where it's just ugly test page. After a bit, I found out my 0.05 pigment liner is dying on me, so I struggle a bit to make it draw nicely, as you might be able to tell on the lines. I need to buy a new one soon. And here is the final flip through. I went in off camera and inked some of the missing text and numbers, as well as adding a few colored borders. Okay, pause. As you can see here, I wrote 2012 instead of 2018 on the first Instagram tracker. That will be fixed soon, don't worry. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you see you to stick around to watch more of other stuff.